Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you very briefly to the construction of a e-learning case, and I do that jointly with Daniëlle from the Kaay, and I go through it very fast. You have to create the content, and that implies that there is a coordinator, there are authors, there are editors, and there are reviewers. And you go through a process of back and forth of the construction of a case, and that is handled essentially in Google Drive, which gives the great advantage of communicating with the author and the reviewers through Google Drive, and make sure that you end up with a version that is ready for importing into the portal. So we asked Daniëlle to contribute with a case.
So when Professor Drop actually asked me to participate in this case, I already had the pleasure of doing a couple of reviews from other cases, and I was a co-author for this one. This was about neonatal thyrotoxicosis. So once I got the email with the link for Google Drive, this is the way it looks like. And then this is the first slide with the actual case presentation, where you're able to add text, change text, add comments, make questions, and give your input. This was a slide where there's a couple of statements where you could make changes to, and also to the answers to the statements. And then I was also able to add an additional slide about central hypothyroidism in women with poorly controlled or undiagnosed maternal Graves' disease during pregnancy. So the way it looks like when it's finally all done, and when you go to the web portal, is then this is the slide with all the authors. We're all from Rotterdam, or originally from Rotterdam. And then this is the way it looks like when you go to the case, with the case presentation, with references. This is one of the slides where you can actually tick off the boxes you think are the correct statements, and then you're either, because it's an interactive case, you get the correct notes, or it can actually say that you exceeded the number of attempts. So my personal view on this is that it is an attractive way for fellows and trainees to learn more in depth, because you're really up to date with current literature, not only about the actual case presentation, but also about pathophysiology, genetics, diagnosing and treating these patients. It's also nice to be involved in developing an interactive case, how to keep the reader's attention, and how to actually work on this. You're challenged to be critical. When I was doing this case, I was actually doing my fellowship in Toronto at SickKids, so it's nice to also see the differences between North America and Europe, and to put these two in practice. And it's a fun thing to do. So we would actually like to all, if you would like to contribute to the ESPE Learning web portal, and you're welcome to participate. And this is the email address you can send an email to if you're looking into more in-depth and a fun way of learning. Thank you very much.